An entitled centrist friend who thinks they're smarter than everyone else. I think I just watched their new favorite movie, and of course I'm talking about Ari Aster's Eddington. This movie is juvenile, shallow, and sickeningly smug in the way it approaches the topics it pretends to deal with. Eddington is social satire set in New Mexico in 2020 that sort of morphs into a dollar store Coen Brothers movie. With Joaquin Phoenix's Joe Cross, he is a freedom-loving sheriff in a small town called Eddington. This is a man who cannot be inconvenienced to wear a mask in his own community, but deep down at heart, he's a good guy. He shows a lot of kindness to various people in the town. In his heart, he seems to care about the good intentions of the town as compared to the one-note caricature of a mayor, Ted Garcia, played by Pedro Pascal. Ted kind of plays like this hollow shell of a performative, corrupt liberal who has run this small town into the ground with his mask mandate, etc. I'm going to start by saying this movie tries to make the point of, we are so divided, look how silly we are, look at the things that we squabble about while the big stuff goes on in the background. See, the thing is, Ari Aster did not make this movie to try to heal any rifts, because this thing paints every single person on both sides as an absolute caricature. It is designed to provoke. Joe Cross is the only character written with any nuance or depth in this film, and he is absolutely irredeemable. Emma Stone plays Louise Cross, Joe's wife. She is completely wasted in this film. She barely gets anything to do. Austin Butler plays this mysterious cult leader, Vernon Jefferson Peake. Used a lot in the marketing. He's not really used much in the film at all. He's really just kind of there as this boring one-note statement about how people can prey on others in moments of chaos and uncertainty. That kind of sums up the story of Eddington in general, because as all this little stuff happens throughout the film, there is a larger beast in the background, and that beast is big tech. The film seems to be presenting things like the pandemic and Black Lives Matter as trivial things that get in the way of us seeing the big picture and turn us against each other. The thing is, it's set in the community of Eddington, where there is no police brutality and there is no COVID. So what the film is able to do is have fun painting their reaction in regards to mask mandates, etc., or to Black Lives Matter protesting as ridiculous and absurd. And meanwhile, Joe Cross is just kind of painted as this sort of bumbling do-gooder cop who just wants to kind of keep the community safe, let people protest, and also just, protect civil liberties. If someone doesn't want to wear a mask, that's fine. See, the thing is, Joe eventually is swung in a direction by this film that is so dramatic and absurd, it's impossible to keep up with this character. It gives you whiplash. When you listen to Ari Aster speak, one of his main points about this movie is you're supposed to be feeling empathy for this character. You're supposed to try to connect. See, the thing is, you don't really get that with any other character in the film except for Michael a little bit, played by Michael Ward. Even what they do with his character is so unbelievably ham-fisted. See, you know what? I feel like this film lives and dies by this tagline, hindsight is 2020. That's a great motto for a lazy, entitled centrist who just wants to say, oh, remember how performative and ridiculous all those George Floyd protests were? The movie doesn't read like it's coming from someone who was actually out there protesting, because if you were actually out there protesting, you would not be comfortable with the way it's satirized here. The movie also thinks it's making some type of profound revelation with the idea of, oh, big tech is bad, but also it's a non-partisan issue. Break this to Ari Aster, but he's releasing this in a world where big tech is all aligned on one side of the political aisle. You have people like Peter Thiel pushing it forward. You may not know this, but J.D. Vance, the vice president under the man who you refuse to directly acknowledge in this film, is a direct product of Silicon Valley. The movie has some good things to say about isolation, paranoia, anxiety. That makes sense given the place Ari says he was in writing this. But the ideas are repetitive, and this runtime at 2.5 hours is bloated to all hell. There are really good moments, good ideas, some good jokes, some moments I laughed out loud at. Then it's connected by this pompous, arrogant, holier-than-thou bullshit that I think will leave a bad taste in your mouth. Because this is a moment that we are truly still in. We are still experiencing the direct effects of all this bullshit. This movie should have been made in 15 or 20 years. So one of the most sensitive political moments in American history, when human rights are being violated in America and around the world every single day, and you just kind of say, oh, everyone's kind of silly right on both sides. That is fucking embarrassing. What's even more embarrassing is this will be one of those movies where people will absolutely love it and then tell you you're stupid for not understanding it, or you just don't get the point. In reality, this has the depth of a puddle. It is centrist slop. It's unnecessary, and I would say watch this one at home.